Hi, welcome to Once Upon a Story. In today's story, a princess learns how important it is to keep her promises. Sit back and get comfortable for today's story. Today's story is The Frog Prince. Once upon a time, there was a king who had several daughters, but the youngest daughter was the most beautiful of them all. Even the sun that shone in the sky and had seen everything thought she was the fairest in all the land. Well, the king and his daughters lived in a castle that happened to be near a nice, cool, dark, deep woods, and in the woods there was a well. On a hot day, the princess went to the well and sat there playing with her golden ball. She would throw it into the air and then catch it, over and over, throwing it and catching, throwing and catching. This was one of her favorite things to do. Well, one time she threw it into the air, and she threw it so high that she lost it in the sun and couldn't see where it was going to land, and she missed, and it went kersplash into the well. She watched as it fell down farther and farther and farther until it was out of sight, way down at the bottom of the well. "Oh, no! Oh, what am I to do?" cried the poor princess. "I lost my ball! Oh, now what am I going to do?" As the princess sat there crying, she heard a voice. "Princess, what's wrong?" She looked around. She didn't see anyone anywhere. "Who's there? Who's there?" she calls out. And then she saw where the voice came from. It was sitting on the edge of the well. There was an ugly, lumpy frog. "Princess, why are you crying so? You could melt a heart of stone with those tears." "Oh, you're just an ugly old frog. Well, if you must know, I dropped my ball down there in that well. And it's my very favorite ball in the whole world, and I don't know what I'll do if I can't get it back. It makes me sad just thinking about it. Oh, what am I going to do?" Princess, calm down. What would you give me if I could get the ball back for you?" "What would I give you?" "Well, anything. You could have my beautiful clothes, my pearl necklace, even the crown on my head. You could have anything you want." "Really? Well, I have no use for your clothes or your necklace or even your crown. But if you would promise to make me your companion, take me with you, let me sit at your table and eat off your plate, and sleep next to you on your soft pillow, if you could love me, I would get you your ball back." "Oh, yes, I promise. I will give you anything you want as long as you can get my ball back." Now, the princess didn't really want an ugly, slimy frog eating off her plate and sleeping on her pillow, but she would do anything to get that ball back, and she figured as soon as she got her ball back, she was going to leave anyway and never see the frog again. So, the frog jumped into the well and swam deeper, deeper, deeper to the bottom of the well, where he picked up the ball in his mouth and then swam back up to the top and spit the ball out onto the ground. The princess snatched up her ball and ran away as fast as she could to the castle. Wait, princess, wait for me. You have to come back. You promised. You promised." The frog sat. There was no hope. The princess was gone. She didn't even hear him. Back at the castle, the princess sat down to dinner with her father and her sisters and listened to them talk about how their day had gone. She was busy eating her food when suddenly there was a knock, knock, knock on the door. "Oh, I'll get it, father. Don't bother getting up." She went to the door. She opened the door, looked around, and saw no one. She was about to close the door when she heard a voice. "Princess, wait! Let me in, please!" And she slammed the door, for it was the frog from the well. She ran back to dinner and sat down and kept eating busily. "Princess," her father asked, "who was that at the door?" "Oh, father, it was no one. There's just no one there when I opened the door. I don't know. Guess it was just someone pulling a prank or something, but I don't know. Go on with your dinner. It's fine." So they all kept eating their dinner, And suddenly there was another knock, knock, knock on the door. "Don't worry, I'll go get it this time," said the king. He opened the door, and in hopped the frog. "Why, who are you, and why are you hopping into my castle?" said the king. "Oh, your highness, I met your daughter, the beautiful princess, at the well today. She dropped her ball into my well, and it fell all the way to the bottom, and she was so upset that I felt that I should help her get it back. But of course, for my generosity, I asked only a few small things in return. I asked that she promise to, spend time with me and let me eat at her table and sleep on her pillow. That's all. And she promised she would, but then when I got her ball back, she ran off and left me there." "Oh my," said the king. "This doesn't sound like my daughter, but maybe. Let's go see what's going on." So they walked back to the dinner table, and the frog hopped along behind the king. When he got to the table, the king looked at his daughter and said, "Princess, were you at the well today? Did you drop your ball into the well and promise a certain frog that you would spend time with him if he got it back for you?" "Yes, father, I did." "Did you not keep your promise to him?" "Oh, father, why should I have to keep a promise to an ugly old frog? He's slimy and lumpy, and I can't let him eat off my plate and sleep on my pillow. That's too much." "Did you promise?" "Yes, father, I promised." "You must keep your promises, always, no matter what. It's the honorable thing to do. So, the frog is here now. You will let him eat at your plate, and you will let him sleep on your pillow, and you will spend time with the frog." "Yes, father." So, the king placed the frog up on the table, and he began to eat off her plate. "Oh, my princess, this is delicious. You should try some. Would you like a bite?" "Oh, no, thank you, frog. I'm full. I've had enough. Thanks." The frog yawned. "Oh, princess," he said, "I am so full and so tired. Where's that bed of yours? I could really use a nice soft pillow to sleep on." "Follow me," said the princess as she walked slowly to her bedroom. When she got there, she closed the door and crawled into bed and got all comfortable. "Oh, I am so tired. I am just going to go to sleep now." "Frog, princess, you have to help me up," says the frog. "I'm so tired, I can't hop up there myself." "What? I am not letting you in my bed. No, I said you could sleep in my room. I said nothing about my bed." "Princess, you promised I could sleep on your pillow, not just in your room. This floor is hard and cold. I can't sleep here. Lift me up so I can sleep on your pillow next to you." "Absolutely not. You are slimy and disgusting. Look at that clean bed. You can't sleep in it. You're a frog." "Okay, then I'm going to have to tell your father that you are not keeping your promise. I'm sure he would love to hear all about it." "You wouldn't dare," said the princess as she picked up the frog and threw him as hard as she could against the wall. He fell with a loud thump. Oh my, what have I done?" said the princess. She ran over to the frog and scooped him up. Oh, frog, don't be dead. Wake up, please." And the frog opened his eyes and looked at her, but he was too weak to even speak. Oh, what have I done? I didn't mean to hurt you. Here, sleep right here on my pillow. I'll tuck you in, all nice. Oh, there you go, frog. I hope you'll be better in the morning." And the princess crawled into bed and fell fast asleep right there with the frog next to her on her pillow. In the morning, the frog was still asleep, and he looked so peaceful, but she picked him up gently and looked at him and stroked his back. "Oh, you really are quite a wonderful frog. You've been so tolerant of me even when I tried to not keep my promise to you. I'm so sorry for what I did to you. I hope you can forgive me, and I really do want to spend lots of time with you. You really are a wonderful frog." And then she gently kissed the very top of the frog's head. And as she did, something magical happened. The frog disappeared, and in its place, standing in front of her, was a handsome prince. In fact, the most handsome prince she'd ever seen. "Wow, wait a minute, where did you come from?" said the princess. "I was the frog," says the prince. You broke the spell." What spell? I'm so confused. What just happened here?" says the princess. "Sit down, let me tell you. A long time ago, I was walking along in the woods when an evil witch came by and turned me into an ugly frog. And she said, 'Ha ha ha, now you're a frog, and you'll be that way until you get a beautiful princess to kiss your slimy frogginess.' Well, I thought I was doomed to be a frog forever because, let's face it, no beautiful princesses want to kiss slimy frogs. And yet, here you are. You actually fell in love with me and you kissed me, and I don't have to live like a frog anymore, and I'm really, really happy about that. Besides, this is my destiny. The one who kisses me should be the one I should marry. So, princess, will you marry me?" "Of course I will, prince. I would love to be your wife. We can go back to your kingdom and rule as king and queen." "That's the plan, princess." And so there they were. They got married, and they went off to the king's palace, and they lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed today's story. If you did, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more great stories. If you would like to suggest a story for me to tell in the future, leave it in the comments below. See you next time!